So you're losing all of your progress because you've grown impatient, right? Whether it's with your fitness, your mindset, your business, whatever you're trying to grow right now, you're improving yourself, your self-development, you're growing in life, but you want results and you're too tired to wait for those results. And you keep trying to rush everything. You keep trying to bring them faster. You keep trying to shortcut your way. You keep trying to cut through, but you're losing all your progress. And that's something that happened to me. So let me tell you a story. Recently, right? I was growing, right? I was growing my fitness, right? I was getting bigger. I was getting shredded. I was building muscle, making progress in all types of ways. Growing my mindset, growing my business. I was catching more views, catching more people signing calls, booking more calls, making more money, whatever it is. But the thing is, I was way too focused on the end result, which is the opposite of patience, right? Patience is the distance between you and your goal and what you're doing in between, right? And so patience isn't some kind of action learning to be patient. No, it's figuring out what to do in the meantime as your goal waits. And so I was being impatient, right? I wanted to make this amount of money. I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to do all the rest of this. But I wasn't there yet. And all I was thinking about was the goal. All I was thinking about was how am I gonna make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month with my online business. But I was thinking about the goal only. So what I was doing when I messed up, right? I was impatient and I lost all my progress, right? That's something that happened to me. So let me tell you what happened in exactly, the story with that. So I was working on my online business, right? Fitness coaching business. I was improving my fitness. I was improving in my physique. I was improving with my business, making money. I was growing my audience, growing. And I started to make a little bit of money, $200 in a little month. But I wanted to make way more than that, right? I wanted to make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make enough to quit my job and go full time in my business. And every single day, I was suffering. It was unsustainable. I was waking up at 5 a.m., sometimes sleeping as late as like 12, getting 5 hours of sleep, getting low sleep. I was putting myself through a bunch of hard things like cold showers in the morning, a bunch of good habits, but they were really stressful on me. And I couldn't take it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I was doing things that were unsustainable and I was doing things that weren't good for my health. Staying up, just working so hard and just getting low amounts of sleep. And I just was focused on the goal, the goal, the goal, the goal. And so many people who are working on business will tell you to focus on the goal. They'll tell you to, they'll tell you just grind. You have to go through that grind phase. But the thing is, that isn't sustainable and that's not going to work for you at all. So I did that, right? I was focused on just banging out as much work as I could. I wasn't focused on my rest. I wasn't focused on enjoying the journey. I was just focused on working as hard as possible. And when I was doing that, right, it felt good in the moment. It felt so productive. I felt like I was getting so much work done, doing the best I could. But as time went on, life just got harder and harder. I just got stressed and stressed and more stressed and more stressed. And I just got agitated, right? Like I'm usually a calm person. I'm usually a very calm, collected person. But I started to get kind of like angry. I started to get agitated. I started to show symptoms of like a short temper. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be at work, right? And somebody would kind of piss me off, make things take longer and I'd have to stay a little bit longer and, sacrifice a little bit more of my sleep because somebody's messing something up, not being as efficient as they could be. And I would just snap, right? I would just yell at them, right? I would get mad. And eventually, it got to the point where I couldn't keep going anymore. Waking up over 5 hours of sleep, not getting as much rest as I should, not enjoying the process as much as I should. I was just grinding as hard as possible. I wasn't focused on making the process any more enjoyable. That ended up catching up to me and it destroyed me. It ended up making me veer off of my business and I totally destroyed everything that I built up. I literally lost muscle, right? I lost gains. Like my body literally got smaller because I had low sleep. I wasn't being as consistent as I could be because my mind was just all fucked up and I wasn't being my best self. And the thing is, patience isn't about grinding as hard as you can and trying to build a skill of patience. It's about making the journey as enjoyable as possible. It's about making the journey as peaceful as possible. It's about doing what you want to do. You know, it's about finding the love in the journey, and it's about most importantly getting your rest, getting your regeneration, getting your recuperation, because that is what fuels you and allows you to do the hard work. It's what allows you to propel yourself forward. You see, so many people think the work is in the productivity, right? The work is in the hard grind, waking up early every single day, waking up, banging out the gym, banging out your business, banging out what you got to do, burning that fat, fixing yourself, doing whatever you got to do, doing all your self-improvement habits. But that's not even half of it. The most important part is to get your rest. The most important part is to make sure that you're enjoying the journey. Maybe you don't like, going to the gym and lifting 6 days a week. Maybe you want to lift 3 days a week, right? Build that aesthetic body. Maybe you want to lift a few days a week. Maybe with the rest of your time, you want to, punch a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to go biking. Maybe you want to do something else that you enjoy a little more. You see, it's not about making progress the fastest way possible, because so many people make progress, right? But the thing is, if it's not sustainable, you're not going to make progress, right? If it's not sustainable, then you're going to run into a wall, and then your progress is going to cut off. So then what's the point then, right? What's the point then when you're doing all this fucking hard work and then it crashes you down, and then you reverse back even farther than you were? Because, when I crashed out, right? I crashed out and I stopped working on my business for like 2 months. I wasn't eating correctly for like 2 months. I was still going to the gym. Like, my life would suck if I didn't go to the gym, to be honest. The gym is like a good part of my day, but I was inconsistent with it. Some days I would skip, right? Some days I just wouldn't feel like going. Some days I feel like laying down, watching YouTube. Some days I just sit there and eat fucking snacks. I destroyed my diet, right? And it's because I was focused on the end result. See, you're not supposed to be focused on the end result. The people who have the end result weren't focused on it to get there. You know what they were focused on? They were focused on the process, right? I think about my journey with fitness because, I lost like 80 pounds of fat, right? Completely rebuilt my physique, you know what I'm saying? Way better physique. I could actually talk to females now. And when I look back to all the days where I was grinding to get this physique that I worked so hard for, when I look back to all the days that it took me to get here, I wasn't thinking about the end result. I wasn't thinking about my dream physique. I was just thinking about how fun it was to go to the gym, lift, listen to my music, come back, eat some steak, eat a bunch of protein. I was just thinking about the process. I was just thinking about the things that I had to do day to day. And so many people got that mixed up because the thing is, it's painful to be in a position. It's painful, right? To want to change, you got to think about the end result. You know what I'm saying? To break out of your habits, to break out of this cycle that you're in, whether you're out of shape and you start going to the gym, now you're going every day, you have to think about the end result to get up and take that first leap of action. But in order to actually get the end result, you need to change your mindset, and you need to switch around to how can I think about the day-to-day actions? How can I think about the process? How can I build the process as much as possible? How can I enjoy the process as much as possible? Because if you keep thinking about the end result, that's only the first initial spark. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of it like a car. That's starting the engine, right? When you get that snap and you want that result, that's starting the engine. But if you want to keep gassing it, if you want to keep pressing down the pedal, that's going to be your process, bro. You can't just keep starting your engine. You can't get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere with that. And it's not going to help you. So, an actionable step for this video, I want you to focus on your process. I want you to get your journal out, right? If you don't have a journal, whatever, bro, just write it out on maybe a iPhone notes or whatever you have, right? Write it on a Google Doc. And just write out your process. But actually sit there and think about it for 30 minutes and think about how you'll enjoy it. Get your biggest goal, right? If it's fitness, right? Let's say it's fitness. You want to lose 50 pounds. Write out what you're going to do every single day. And write out something that you can actually enjoy, right? Something that you can actually do every single day. What kind of cardio are you going to do? Are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to be in the gym doing some mindless walking on the treadmill? You're in your phone. It's boring as fuck. It's not sustainable. Or are you going to go out? And maybe you do enjoy that. Maybe you enjoy like being in the gym environment. But for a lot of people, like if you need to go on your phone, if you need to distract yourself, then it's probably not the best for you, right? It's probably not that enjoyable, right? If you need a distraction. You know, you have to actually be able to be present and enjoy it. But, you know, are you gonna do something like that? Or are you gonna do something like, you know what I'm saying, some boxing? You know what I'm saying, hit a punching bag. You know, or are you going to go on a walk with your friends? You know what I'm saying, go outside, enjoy the nature, explore. You know, enjoy what God gave us. Or are you gonna go biking? Are you gonna do this, that? There's 100 different ways to get your result. There's 1,000 different ways to get your result, bro. No matter what it is, whatever, if it's your business, you know, if it's your fucking mindset, if it's your fitness, if it's your productivity, whatever you're trying to do with your self-development, you can get it in a multitude of different ways. You gotta pick the way that's most fitting for you. Like, people are out here watching YouTube, people are out here watching content, and they're trying to copy other people. Stop watching content. Like, a lot of y'all need to literally stop watching content and just sit there and journal and just think about it, you know? That's pretty much all for this video. You know, I'm gonna be coming out with better videos, longer videos, mindset videos, but if you wanna, you know, lose like at least 10 to 80 pounds of body fat, completely recomp your physique with my one-on-one guidance, go in the description. It'll be a link to book a call with me. You know, we'll talk it out, see if you're a good fit for the program, see if you're a fit for the team. If not, do what you gotta do, but interact with this video. It really helps if you enjoyed it, and I love you.